going. I guess we're going live. Hey, yo. Hey, there
All
you
right. What's going on, y'all? You know what it is. Savage AF. That's the business going on right here.
That's what's going on right now.
Let me get in my seat. Forget your feelings. Facts matter.
Yeah, get in your seat. That would be good if
You know what it is. I'm Black Pedro. This guy.
I am Shang.
That's what it is,
sometimes
man.
I forget, but then I remember. But that's how fast I am.
We're here for you guys live Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube and Facebook simultaneously. If you ever miss us live, you a donkey biscuit.
Wow. And by the way, a donkey biscuit is saying that you come out of donkeys.
A mule burger.
Asses, which is disgusting.
Ass patty. That's what you is.
And you don't want to be disgusting.
Don't be an ass patty, man. Go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/C. You're scrolling at the bottom. For those that might just be listening, youtube.com/C/SavageAF
Now,
all one word.
It's not done there for the new people, for the regular people that are regular, and the rest of y'all people that ain't regular. But the regular people,
in their diet, a lot of fiber in their diet.
Right. But the people that aren't regular, that are irregular, become regular by going to our page and doing this. Ring the goddamn bell. It ain't that hard, all right? There's things you can do in life, and there's other things you don't do in life. But the one thing you do is you ring the bell. And if you happen to be there already, you might as well do this too. Give us the thumbs up.
You turn into Rocky's trainer all of a sudden. There you go.
Why? You know how you just,
Hey, man, you know. Get into character. Savage AF, man. We're also available on the Book of the Face, Meta World Peace, Facebook.
Yes.
Just look us up there. It's right above our heads right now. See, it's Savage. Oh, I did it wrong way. It's Savage. It's this way.
And
then A.F. A dot. You want to put a dot there, and then a dot right here after the F. So on Facebook, find us there, and then most importantly, I don't know if you realize this, but for the price of a piece of celery,
yes,
you could become a comedian alive simply by following us on the IG, on Instagram.
Follow at Black Pedro, and make sure you follow at Comedian Shang. And I wanted to also say this to you guys, man. One, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for being down with us, because we bring the savage news to you that the regular networks won't bring you.
You know what it is, man. That's what we do. And we're about a minute away, half away from being able to curse all we want to. So that's something they can't do either. So, you know.
But we can show words.
Yeah, there you go. Speaking of showing, thank y'all for showing up. Stuns, I see you. Waving back at you. Damani Jones in the building. Bronda, always unpredictable. Sandy, we see you as well. Speaking of unpredictable. Queen B, I see you as well. Speaking of unpredictable. No, but we love y'all, man. Thank y'all for being here with helping us build this building.
Salutations, Queen B.
Brick by brick.
Who says salutations, though? Who really says that?
I think Vulcans.
No. Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
And Jedi.
But yeah, I mean, I just want to say to the people that never seen this before, you might watch us on YouTube. Our consistent, I wouldn't say fan base, savagers are absolutely bonkers. Most of them are crazy as cat shit. Most of them probably, like, if they see a bug on a windowsill, they lick it.
Trying to lick it.
And
what that tastes like.
Yeah, they're crazy. But we appreciate y'all.
Speaking of crazy, man, let's get into this crazy ass show today.
Yeah, run the rundown.
We're gonna run up on their ass today,
man. Run the rundown on the run up. I got a special pimp fur background for the show today.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Where all my hoes at? That's what it is.
All right. Savage AF, man. It is. Oh, wait. Are we there? 3, 2, 1. Savage AF.
Hey,
Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. Yeah. 'Cause they say if
Yay!
you start cursing 5 minutes, you know, you got to
Your
wait 5
algorithm
minutes.
goes down.
The
But
algorithm goes down.
facts matter.
Fuck
So
your feelings. Facts matter.
so
Black Pedro,
fuck
comedian saying
you.
it's
Yeah.
Monday. It's Monday, y'all. December 5th, 2022. Where's this year gone? In the time space continuum, we are here for you. All right, we're gonna end today's show with we start from the bottom, then we get here.
Yeah.
So we're gonna end today's show. Stick around with the Shangry. Bam. Walker, Herschel, that is, needs to take a walk off a rooftop.
Yes.
Okay? And let us tell you how, in case he gets lost. Black Pedro pop in right before that. Need more cowbell. I'm gonna leave it at that. Stick around. We'll explain it. But before we get into that, let's talk about 1A, that First Amendment. Do businesses have the right to discriminate? If you don't know the answer, we're gonna talk about it. But before we get into that, man, you know, being the this sort of hood layman journalist that we are.
Wow, is that what we are?
We're just making up titles over here. We are hood
I never
layman
heard that title.
Journalists.
And today on CNN, our hood label. Man,
hood layman journalists.
Let me tell you about these bitches in Congress.
Yeah, these motherfuckers.
Wait a minute.
But you know, being the hood layman journalist that we are.
There's another person walked behind me.
Oh no, there's a Negro in the house. He's in the house. All right. Being the hood layman journalist that we are, we ask critical questions. The most critical question that we ask, always sounds just like this.
Motherfucker say what? Yeah. Motherfucker say what? Say yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what it is. Miss Adverb in the building. You're late. Jumping jacks. Let me see him. Minister of Defense in the building. All right, man. Start out today's show. Your boy, man, he just
keeps going.
He just can't.
He can't stop. He can't stop.
So this is more of an announcement. I know he's watching. Humpty Dumpty, Trumpty Bumpty. Listen, man, the Constitution is not Sarah Connor. Okay? You, in case those who don't know, but your boy Trumpty Dumpty suggested.
Trumpty Dumpty, yeah.
In the midst of one of his, they stole the election, fake fraud election rants. He suggested that statutes be set aside or be terminated, including the Constitution, so that he can be back in power. Terminating the Constitution. That's my Sarah Connor reference. Terminator. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Y'all got me? All right. So terminating the Constitution is just like, well, not an American thing to do. It's been amended in the past, right? And maybe it could use some updates and some clarifications. But a termination of the document seems to be a bit
a little bit much.
Batshit crazy.
Okay, but no. But okay, the Constitution is suspect to me, and it always has been suspect from the standpoint of because it called us 3/5 of a human being or 3/4 of a human being.
3/5.
3/5. Was it 3/5?
The 3/5.
It was 3. Yeah. So because of that, sometimes I'd say the Constitution can suck my balls. From
that by the way, the 3/5 thing was to dilute our voting block.
Of course, it was to minimize us so they can maximize their bullshit. But the bottom line is, if you look at the Constitution, yeah. But the way he wants to go about it is basically let me do whatever I want to do when I want to do it, and and basically terminate the Constitution because I said so, and hand it to Arnold.
Yeah, man. So yeah, and so then the other trick out, right? There's always two layers to these Trumpty Dumpty saying wild shit. The motherfuckers say what? It's that it's not just what Trumpty Dumpty said, which is he wants to terminate, the Constitution, or at least the parts that prevent him from not being a dictator.
Let me be president forever.
Prevent him from being a dictator. So, but the other side of this story is the lack of immediate and oppositional response from
the Republicans,
the GOP.
Oh, right, they never say nothing. They never say nothing. It takes them either they never say nothing, or it's 2-3 days, 4 days, before they say some shit. And like for instance, Miss Adverb, she say some shit, I say some shit right back to her. Miss Adverb, I will punch you in the clitoris if you ever get out of line.
Now be careful, because her titties already hurt, so she doesn't want to do jumping jacks.
Okay.
So I feel like a clip punch would be rough on that.
Yeah, that would be a clip
sore
punch.
titty day.
But when I go right at it. I mean, we say it, but the Republicans, they always and the one dude, I forget his name. I'm sorry, Stephanopoulos. When I say he body slammed, everybody for a body slam. He said so. So you're saying that you would back a president that actually says get rid of the Constitution? Well, I mean, if he wins the primary,
and he was like, this was one of those. He's a Republican congressman, but he was like, he would back whoever the party backs. He would,
right? And if it was,
which doesn't exclude Donald Trump. It does not.
He said if it's Trump, would you do it? Well, I'm going to back the Republican. That means you're saying you back Trump. You're back in the
if he was the nominee, they would still go for
You're
him.
back in the two-time impeached, two-time loser who caused the fucking midterms for the Democrats to be not a red wave for the Republicans, but a trickle kind of blood drop, drip, drip, drop. It wasn't a wave. So, I mean, and even Congress was like, "What? I don't even know what's going on. I don't. Did we win? Did we? I don't know. Did we? I mean, so I just think that right now that's the part that's worse. We already know Trump's a little bitch. He got bitch-like qualities, and he's look at his bitch face.
He's pudding-esque.
Yeah, I just want.
What do you call it, Shane? Yogurty.
Yogurty, little yogurty. Everybody know he got like bitch-like qualities, and he wears bitch lotion and bitch deodorant. He comes to
bitch
say
aftershave, yeah.
Bitch aftershave. It just his whole aura is bitchdom. But what's up, WDMA warrior? But the bottom line is, it's the Republicans I blame more than him.
Well, for not denouncing it,
Not denouncing it. All these Caucasian bobbleheads all back anything he says, and they flip flop anytime. If he starts winning, trust every one of these bitches is gonna be like, well.
I will say that even the Republicans, because some Republicans have come out and been like, no, the Constitution is, you don't fuck with that. But they won't go further by completely rebuking Donald Trump.
They won't. They won't. They never will.
So yeah, to your point, it's like, yeah, if he's allowed to pick up steam among the populace, and there's no challenger like a DeSantis or anything yet, they're all going to jump right back in it. Which is insane.
And they're going to hand the Constitution right to give it to me, put it in my hand right now. Sorry. That was. I think I went one too many. I went too many to the.
Well, it's like Terminator itself. They've made one too many of those by now.
They're making another one.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
what the fuck?
Come on, guys.
Yeah, come on, guys. We get it. Okay.
The robot. Okay, fine. Yeah. Anyways, man. So, your boy wants to terminate the Constitution, and one of the dangerous arguments I was hearing from one of these is like, well, he says a lot of stuff. Trump, one of the GOPers, they were like, well, Trump says a lot of stuff. That doesn't mean he's going to do anything or that he has the power to do it. It's like, man, that's not the point, right?
That's not. Yeah, no. I mean, I say a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we all know he as the one single man does not have the power to terminate the Constitution.
But not the
point, important part is he would like to terminate it. He wants to do that.
He wants to be a
that's
dictator.
The important, you dumb fuck. Like, it's not, well, he can't do it anyways. He wants to. That's a problem, dog. That's a problem, homie. Like,
he talks about sticking his finger in babies' buttholes, but guess what? I mean, he wouldn't do it.
He wouldn't,
but he said it.
He wants to.
And WDMA Warrior says Trump shot himself in the foot attacking the Constitution. I don't think so.
In his opinion, yeah.
And now I'm gonna cut. Now, Pedro has been wrong for months. And months
what?
And months.
What
I'll tell you why you're so wrong. Trump is not going. This is not going to put a dent in Trump. Not a dent. Not a fucking dent. He's going to beat DeSantis because DeSantis on a bigger platform will crumble because he got bitch in him too. But his whole aura is bitch. His DNA is B and A. Bitch and A. I'm telling you. So
bitch and asshole.
And Trump not only that, still has a possibility of winning and being president. He's not going to jail. That's why I said that Pedro's been wrong for months. He's not going to jail, and him talking shit about the Constitution is not going to do shit. It ain't going to do shit to him. Because even the Constitution is like, they're like, well, we'll rock with him. We rock with Trump because they're all white men.
Yeah,
they're all white men.
That's it. That's what it is. All right, man. I gotta. I'm gonna step to the comment section real quick because I see a story brewing, a development here. So earlier, Queen Bee said that she went to a boycott today. She said, "I did a boycott today in my area, right?" And then so a few people asked like, "Boycott what?" So I think it's this. Queen Bee says they are encouraging drag queen brunches and turning grades 6 through 12 into drag queens. Queen Bee, I really don't think that's happening in schools, man. Like
Queen Bee.
Nobody's trying to convert.
That wasn't a drag queen. That was just an ugly chick.
But no, seriously. But this is some of these conservative arguments, Queen Bee, and I wouldn't consider you to be a conservative, but that's a bit. Speaking of drag queens,
no,
that's dramatic. Okay, there's no.
You doing too much. No,
there's
listen.
no conspiratorial movement
to
turn.
That's not true.
To middle schoolers.
Right now, the Democrats. Everybody knows the Democrats like to suck on baby dicks. The Democrats are planning a whole drag queen at high schools. Like where the whole high school and middle school and preschool is all drag queens. You didn't know that? I'm gonna let you know that. And also, I as I told you, look, AJ Fitz said Trump's cult doesn't give two fucks about him saying anything. And this is for you, Pete. This is for you, Pete.
I see it.
Facts. Trump even admitted on air to stealing documents and still is not locked up. Again, not a goddamn thing ain't gonna happen. Not a near thing.
Well, there's okay. So I'll retort with our investigations into these illegalities that WDMA warrior alludes to. And AJ Fit, you're right, man. And I'm not saying that him saying this is going to affect the base, right? Like the ones who think that James.
But the base is 36% of the Republicans.
But that's not a majority. That's not.
But he doesn't need. He doesn't need a majority.
And I think as he keeps saying stuff like this, the base is getting smaller.
No,
I think it's shrinking. It's not. It's not gaining more people.
The
elections just showed it didn't work.
They cooked a nigger for dinner with a white supremacist and Kanye West. A Negro. And then Kanye West and him ate pieces of it.
Yeah.
At dinner. So, and nothing happened. And by the way, this is for Queen Bee. Kevin Keefe said, I need to see pictures.
By the way, if there's drag queen brunches and you don't want to go, just don't go.
Yeah, but what she's saying is they're trying to. I think you're missing the point. She's trying to say that they're indoctrinating children to dance dressed as drag queens.
No.
And
there's no leftist conspiracy to
I disagree. I'm just fucking around. No, I you know what? I really do think that with the drag queen thing that you apparently we're going to get off on that, but we're going to go right back to this. When that is something that I've seen Republicans and school boards and stuff try to push that narrative, because it might have happened at one school where there was, I forget, it was in
if you
I think it was Modesto, California, where some of the parents that are,
look at all the heterosexual sex that gets thrown in front of 6th through 12th graders or kindergartners at this point. That, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to talk about indoctrination, and we keep talking about these mass shootings and stuff, obviously our population, a certain segment of it, is being indoctrinated with violence, gun ownership, and solve all my problems with a gun, right? So like, I think the true indoctrinations that are occurring in this country are not drag queens trying to make your son wear a dress. Like it's really like the military industrial complex wants your son to buy a gun, and then when he can't get any pussy at prom, to shoot up the motherfucking graduation, right? Like that's what people are
now
actually
that
being indoctrinated to
I
do.
think the thing we need to talk about, and then we're going to go back to the actual topic, is the correlation between pussy and pistols. Because
the more you got, the more you have, the more you get.
Right. And they feel like if I get a pistol, I'll get some pussy. And if they don't get any, then they got to get a pistol because they think they will get pussy. Now I know you're going, how did you come up with that? I'm just saying I did the research. A lot of these guys they're not popular in high school. Nobody ever fucked them. Nobody ever touched their penis. So they go, you know what? Nobody touched my penis. So I'm getting a pistol. I'm killing everybody.
And WDMA Warrior says there is a meaning one. That's
what I said. There was one.
Yeah. He said there is a teacher dressed in drag teaching high school.
Yeah.
Now is it drag? Because there's a difference between being trans and like a drag queen. So really dressed in drag, or a trans person who's
dressed as a woman. Dressed as a woman.
Yeah. So that that's different than drag, first of all, and it's one.
Well,
if you're talking about all of America and all of the teachers, and if this one teacher is doing it in one high school, I'd be hard pressed to agree that is indoctrination or some mass conspiratorial movement. But that being said, I went off on that tangent because I saw a correlation between the sort of conservative ideology, between drag queens trying to take my kids and, hey, let's burn the Constitution, man. It's not working for us, this election stuff. So let's just like get rid of all the rules. You know what I mean? Like it's like this, those conservative mindsets swirl in the same spaces. So yeah, it's that's why I kind of got off on that tangent there. But yeah, we see how far your boy is willing to go. No more Constitution. It's not working for him. That's why he tries to fire everything that doesn't go his way. And he's literally trying to fire the Constitution.
Okay.
It's not helping him be a dictator.
Okay, but because he wants to be president forever. And the bottom line, the reason he wants to terminate it. And now I had to do it. But I think that forget the cross-dressing and all that stuff. The thing is with Trump, there are people in the party, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Josh Hawley, that agree with him. Pertaining to taking the Constitution and basically burning it.
And shoving it up your ass, America.
You know why they do that? Because they're bitches. And they're like, well, if I don't win, no one wins. If the votes don't count unless the votes are for me. And that's that white privilege shit. And fuck the Constitution. And even though the Constitution's, hey man, I've been around for a long time. Shut up, Constitution.
I'm just a bill.
Oh, you remember that shit? Up here on Capitol Hill. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I think that he has so much support still in the Republican Party, and the real person that's gonna be heading, it ain't gonna be Kevin McCarthy. It's gonna be Marjorie Taylor Greene. Is gonna be running shit. And trust and believe they're gonna look. They already said they're going to fucking get rid of the FBI. Remember that? They said they want to get rid of the FBI, and before they was pro FBI. Now the motherfuckers like FBI can, eat a planet of dicks. Now I think that they're going to be going after the Constitution because Marjorie Taylor Greene already backed up. She already backed up Trump on what he said.
She's way up in there.
She's way up in his ass.
She's way back up in there.
Way up in his butthole. Right there.
Right up in it.
Marjorie's up in my butthole.
Oh, you know what? So we've kind of crossed over into this space anyway. So speaking of the Constitution and rights and trans LGBTQ plus community, our next topic, kind of just moving along constitutional lines here, deals with the beginning of the shit. Well, not the preamble, but the first one, the first Amendment. Freedom of speech and expression and all of that shit. Y'all know me. I don't believe in free speech. You could say what you want to, but it could cost you something. And in this instance, the Supreme Court, this highly conservative Supreme Court, looks like they're leaning in favor of a web designer who does not want to do any work for this gay couple, right? And because it goes against their religion, the Bible says, or whatever the thing is, they want to discriminate against these people because of their sexual orientation.
They don't like me because I'm gay? Is that what that is to say? What that's white? Because I like wearing the glasses. That's sexy.
Now, if Arnold could do it, man, y'all could do it, man. But the thing is, no matter how you feel about LGBTQ plus community members, the main question that's being asked by the sane justices like Kagan, Sotomayor, and KGB, Ketanji Jackson Brown, KGB, yeah. So the new girl.
Is it KGB? Because
no, don't see. Now they're gonna go round her up, man.
No, okay.
So their counter to this is where's the line? You know what I mean? Like when you allow businesses to discriminate against gay people, then why couldn't they discriminate? Why couldn't they use that argument to discriminate against interracial couples or just Black people in general? And if that sounds crazy, it's happened before. So it's kind of why there was a rule that it was ultimately determined a while back that you can't discriminate against people for their orientation, religion, skin color.
Let me play devil's advocate as I always do.
Okay.
I like if I'm a computer designer and if I don't want to work for a gay couple, then they should be called out. But I don't know if you can force that person to do it. Just don't do the fucking work. If you don't want to get down with it, and the gay couple should be like, oh, you don't want to fuck with us because we gay? Now, I blame this on the gays. If this gay computer designer doesn't want to fuck with you, find another computer designer. Don't sit there rubbing your nipples getting mad.
Right. So another part of this argument is like the difference between being like, the one that the example that hit me was like a photographer, right? Like there's a difference between a professional photographer, artistic photographer, Annie Leibovitz, choosing not to, take photographs of something, because it's gay or whatever, and the kiosk at the mall discriminating against you. The photographer at the mall being like, "No, we're not taking your headshot." This is the argument then, because I know what the counter is, Shang. I got you, but it's like, what's the line though? Is the ultimate question though. So like, then what if that person doesn't like Black people, and then they're like, "No, I don't take photographs of Black people," right? Like we decided a long time ago that you can't really do that,
right?
Like, what if Applebee's said we don't want to serve niggas anymore? Like we'd have a problem with that, right? So it's like,
first off, why the fuck you eating at Applebee's? Let's start there.
You're on the road.
Let's start there.
You could get 6 meals for $3 at Applebee's. They'd be like,
okay, well, that's a good
2 for 15 cents.
I ate at Applebee's. Last time I ate at Applebee's, I threw up my whole insides. That shit was.
He turned inside out.
Yeah, I was inside out. It was crazy. And then they poured salt on me, and I went back inside. But I'm telling you right now, I do see the point of it. I just feel like when you make a big stink about it, when like gay people or Black people, I think you're bringing business. You're making the redneck racist right wing go, well, that's where I'm getting my computer needs done. It gives them publicity. Sometimes if you just quietly go the fuck out of here and keep it moving, they don't get any shine. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just don't. Sometimes I think we give some of these idiots a little bit too much shine. I mean, these small situations like that.
Well, I mean, I think the greater point is, and WDMA brings this up. He said they already had this issue with the caterer, and the caterer won, right? A cake designer didn't want to do a cake for a gay wedding. But again, where the slippery slope, man, because then it's like, well, who gets to discriminate against who, and for what reasons, and why? It's
it is a slippery slope.
It honestly, America is a capitalistic endeavor. It is, the home of it. So it just seems like bad business. Like, why would you give a shit, dog? Like, you ain't gotta be gay. You ain't got to promote the website.
It's not like
and get paid.
Like, it's not like while he's designing it, they're sucking dick on the table.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? My attitude about that is if you're gay and someone does that to you, that's because they got their own hangups. But also, that person that has their hangups doesn't understand that it ain't about that. It's not like they're fucking on top of you or beside you. You're just in your mind thinking, I wonder what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, why would you give a fuck?
Kevin Keith says, my graphic artist is gay, but I gives no fucks because he is dope as hell. So it shouldn't be a problem finding someone in their community. Yeah, the main problem is just like this could happen business by business by business. And then one day we look up and niggas can't shop in, in some Texas town or whatever.
WDMA warrior is always a woman calling men homophobic when they don't agree with their points. Okay, well, that's true. I don't know where that came from, but
he going back and forth with Mr. Adverb a bit.
Okay, but no, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying pertaining to that. I just feel like in this situation, in this particular situation, one, the computer designer is going to fucking win. Secondly, find somebody else, and be like, you can maybe make a petition to let people know on social media that this person's a scumbag. You can go about it that way. But when you go to the courts, they're going to be like, well, he doesn't want to do your shit for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah. I think this is the problem, though, because, okay, graphic designer doesn't want to, have a gay client or gay clients. If you say, oh, I'm all booked up, or I'm sorry, I don't have any time right now to take on this job.
Yeah, find another way. Don't say that.
But if you come out and be like, I ain't serving no guy, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't designing no gay website and I ain't doing nothing. Then I think that's the problem. So I guess it's like, but that's where the First Amendment thing comes in, right? Where it's just like, but I should be able to be racist if I want to, or I should be able to be discriminatory if I want to. I could say what I want to. It's like, yeah, you could, but you could also just be like, oh, sorry, maybe next time. You don't have to be like, I don't do gay. It's like,
I agree with you, but we get fired, and WD said employers are allowed to fire. Employers are allowed to fire you if they don't like you. So what's the difference?
I'm not sure that. Well, it depends on what type of employment situation you're in. Some state laws are different. California is an at-will employment, but if you're under contract, they can't just fire you.
They can't just fire you.
They don't like you.
And there's certain union. If you're in a union and the union is strong, they can't fire you.
And if somebody just fires you because they don't like you, that company could be open to lawsuits because it doesn't really just work like that.
You know what else they could be open to? Hands. Like
when slaptastic.
Yeah. So when you come outside, we slap boxing, bitch. So what? Yeah, you fired me, right? So I'm not your employee. So you can't tell me
so now I'm just a
nigga. I'm just a nigga in the street. And I know which way you come outside, and I know where your parking spot is. I'm taking the shit on your hood. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Miss No Slick Name, we see you. So yeah, WDMA. I hear what you're saying, man. But it's I mean, we do have laws against discrimination.
Yeah, we have laws against it. But I think that there are people in the justice system that are very homophobic too, and they will agree with If they're real,
well, obviously on the bench,
on the bench,
Supreme
like
Court right now.
extremely, frighteningly Christian. And there's a thing with Christians that they feel like, well, that's going against the Lord. Fucking in the ass goes against the Lord. No, I'm dead serious. Like they really do that. Or if you're gay, or if you're trans or whatever else, it's against the Lord. So they feel like they're doing a holy war thing. And I don't, not holy war, but you know what I mean.
I saw this one clip of a white pastor or whatever who was like in the Club Q incident.
Oh yeah,
he was like, I'm glad it happened. That's good. You know what I mean? I was just like, yo, you're a pastor.
But no, but there's more and more people. Like Pedro, I'm telling you, I watch too much. Like when I'm literally, I can't sleep at night. I watch too much shit. And there's more and more people like that coming out of the fucking woodwork. Before they kind of suppressed all that shit. And I think that Trump being president, a lot of the right wing and the GOP just speaking their mind and saying shit, him getting away with so much bullshit and outwardly saying the racism, they're coming out of the woodwork. That's why that fucking guy, what's the little dweeby motherfucker that went to dinner with Kanye?
Nick
Fuentes. That's why he's emboldened for that shit. They're all emboldened. That's why there's going to be a lot more white people getting knocked unconscious because they going to feel like, I can say whatever I want, you black nigger Pedro. And then all of a sudden, Pedro get him in a kung fu girl. And they go
tap out outside the ring.
You know, you can't tap now, but stop. No. There's no rules and regulations, just like there was no rules. Well, are you saying that old racist shit to me?
Yeah, and I totally agree with that. And that's why, you know, it is this, I keep talking about this slippery slope, because when you let people be openly discriminatory based on race, sexuality, religion, you know, it's
if they're a Michigan fan, like if they're no,
you know, that's gonna happen.
Okay, no, I'm saying like I feel like there's people that can come up with whatever reason, like even with what we do, like for the people that don't know, we're comedians, we're comics. There are bias.
I'm funny.
We tell jokey jokes. There are people in the communities of our comedy community that are biased because of that. Oh, but we had a black guy last month. Oh, but you know what?
There's already a black guy on the show.
We had a gay show Wednesday. Not enough people came. What about the white shows where there are 6 people in the audience? Well, hey, that's a lot of people. So it's a double standard. So I understand that. I understand it. Now, do I agree with it? I understand what that thought process. I don't agree with it, but I can see stuff I understand and not agree with it. I understand why the dude feels like, hey, I don't want to do a website for a gay couple. I understand it. I just think it's fucking wrong. But I understand that because the courts, believe it or not, it doesn't matter. The courts still will back this guy. So that means they back the next step, which the Supreme Court already said it. Clarence Thomas already said it. He already said that same-sex marriage, Pedro, he wants to get rid of that shit.
Yeah,
flat out. And
and that's why this slope is slippery.
The Christian right, they're already on it. Like, hey, let's push this agenda that we can. And then this dumb motherfucker who was in an interracial relationship, marriage, him and John Goodman are together.
Yeah, that's same sex too, ain't it?
And ain't that same sex? Both of y'all got thick ass necks.
Her pronouns are she, her, but
and shim.
We know what it is.
But the bottom line is, even with that, they're talking about it. I forget the name of the congressman that said it. Damn, I can't remember it. And he said that he doesn't want interracial relationships. He feels again. Guess what they go back to? They always go back to the Bible. And then you look in the Bible, even if you read the Bible, I don't read the Bible because I think the Bible is just a book just like Dr. Seuss. But guess what? They use the Bible and then all the Christians back them up. And the Catholics and I'm not gonna say the Jewish, but the Catholics.
No, Christian. It's the Christian.
It's specifically Christian.
All denominations of Christianity.
And Miss Adverb. It's definitely Miss Adverb. She's part of the problem. WDMA warrior. Not part of the problem. But I'm gonna say Queen B, part of the problem. Pretty much part of the problem. Queen B. It's you.
There you go, man. So for me, do businesses have the right to discriminate? The answer is no. Not openly like that, right? Like, and you can restaurants have the right to refuse service. Somebody come in too drunk or not dressed properly, things like that. You
So
can.
you're saying that's okay there?
Well, I mean, like if a place has a dress code and you're not
That's
adhering to
fine.
it,
Right.
right? Just go put on some slacks. That happened to me in Bangkok, where we were going to this rooftop at a nice hotel, and I had on shorts still from the whole day, and they were like, "Oh, sir, we don't allow shorts." I was like, I didn't flip out like, "You mean you don't allow nigga shorts?" And I just went back to my hotel room around the corner, put on some pants, came right back, and let me in.
And then came back to Thailand. Party time.
Obviously, that doesn't work in terms of being
but the
LGBTQ or black or something like that, right?
If you're transgender, you can't go change your shit. But well, you can. But I'm just saying. But with black people, yeah, you can't strip your skin off. That's the only thing. You can't strip your skin off. And yes, I'm black and I'm black all day, motherfucker. That is the Samuel Jackson got the.
It's just a great one. It's a good look. Miss Aver, I wanna put this up there. I don't like to put the brother's name out there because I hate the motherfucker. But she says gay people have the right to the pursuit of happiness unless they are cold silly. Who's one of our trolls. And that dude Shang brought on here that one time. That's also one of our trolls.
Wow.
She's talking about plastic face. You know what I'm talking
about? Yeah. Botox, they call him Botox Bubbly.
Yeah. Mexican plastic Ken face. But yeah,
But
like I said earlier,
it's subjective.
I think it's different when a business is like, I don't want to service gay people. You know what I mean? If you have your objections as a small business owner or whatever, I'd say find another reason to be a bigot. You know what I mean? Or find another way.
So you're basically saying
cover it up.
Cover
it up. Yeah, like because we're not in this space where I think any of us are about open discrimination based on race, religion, sexual orientation, any of that shit. Like none of us should be really about that life. You know what I'm saying? Especially as black people, bro, if you don't get that discriminating against this one group is definitely going to lead to, because once they done slot they niggers. Let's get rid of them too.
Well, we got the gays.
You gotta watch it.
We got the gays.
Yeah,
we got the gays now. Who do we got next? Who's on the chart?
Who's on the list?
Let's go on the racist chart. God damn it, niggers are right there. Come on, what are we doing?
How we missed that? Why didn't we get
how we missed it?
Tried that first. Well, they tried that first.
Yeah, I mean, we were at the meetings. You were at the meetings, man, and these nappy head hoes were sitting right there.
Now, WDMA Warrior says, I have been fired from jobs that didn't like me or my hairstyle. But if you could prove that they fired you over your hairstyle, nigga, you could take them to the bank. Take them right to the court,
your company.
Unless they had some stated policy about hair, and which we know gets used to discriminate against us. But
absolutely.
But and even if they did, you might be able to fight that. But so just because it happened to you, don't make it right, WDMA Warrior.
Well, I'm going to sue.
It doesn't mean it should happen.
Restaurant. I'm suing Pedro's restaurant as soon as I can.
For charging too much.
For what you mean? What you mean $1,500 for some wine?
A glass of wine. Yeah. Wow. WDMA said they went out of business back in high school. Yeah, but understand that if any of you ever run into a situation like that where you feel like your job is discriminating against you, you have a space to fight, man. Because that shit ain't right. And so that's why I don't want to sit back and just be like, oh well, and obviously this gay couple shouldn't support this person's business.
But get a lawyer.
It shouldn't be about them having to go find somebody who will service them. You know what I mean?
Like, take them to task. But I'm saying, I just feel like it gives, if they win, it gives a whole bunch of right-wing people now know about it. And if you've been just a WDMA a warrior, if you've been discriminated against, you need to get a lawyer. And I would suggest Sweet James.
Now, hold on. WDMA warrior, how old are you, brother? Because he says, I was first person with a fro hawk. I pity the fool to tell them lies. You telling me you had one before Mr. T, before 18.
But that's not a fro hawk. That's a mohawk.
No, the fro is the hair.
No,
part.
a frohawk. No, a frohawk is different than a mohawk.
A frohawk is when a black person has a mohawk.
No, that's not true at all.
That's what I say.
No, a mohawk is where you're clean shaven on the side. A frohawk is, I've had frohawks. It's where it's hair on the side.
They call that a faux hawk.
A faux hawk, but I call
like, as in
it's
not
frohawk,
quite a mohawk,
right? It's
but
a
a frohawk is just a nigga with a mohawk. That's that's how I'm calling it.
A mohawk is, yeah, this ain't like the Indian mohawk. So, no, discriminate. I do discriminate against certain people. I admit it, but not in my comedy. Not because I don't got no juice. I'm not an employer. I'm not like if somebody gay asked me to do some graphics for them, I'd be like, I'll do graphics for you. I don't give a shit. And by the way, to Keith, I do graphics. But I mean, I could do the graphics for you, but I wouldn't give a shit because unless they just start trying to suck my dick, then I'd be like, hey, all right. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't because I like women lips. But
women lips.
Women lips are fantastic.
Miss Adverb coming with a good question here. What's the difference between same-sex and biracial couples? And that's the whole point. It's like if you allow, businesses to openly discriminate against one group, then what's to stop them, or what's the argument against them discriminating against other groups based on skin color or whatever, hairstyle or texture?
Or they don't like Mexicans. That could be next. It's brown people. It's Asian people. I feel like once a person gets away with that, they go down the line. They're like, well, if I got away with that, that's why I think Trump's in the position he's in, because he feels like, well, I got away with this, I got away with that. The emolument clause. I was doing that shit the whole time I was in the presidency, making millions and millions of dollars off of being the president. His kids were making millions and millions of dollars. And so that's how people do it. And with discrimination, once a company can discriminate against you and they win in a lawsuit, the floodgates is open. Like, all right, let's get rid of all these niggas.
So we got to be careful. Keep our eye on it. WDMA Warrior says, I was in my early 20s when Shang was on Def Jam. All right, so.
Oh, wow.
That would make you about what? 700 years old. All right, so
wow.
I'm fucking with both of y'all, man.
I did.
But no, okay. So that would be pretty early for your faux hawk days, I would say. Okay, yeah. I'll give you that, WD man. Pretty early. You was ahead of your time, bro. Savage AF, you know what it is, man. So let's watch all the discriminations that go on in our society, and as Black people, especially, I think we need to be conscious about the discrimination that happens against us.
Don't do it,
and not spread it. Don't go spread it. All right, yo, we're gonna keep it moving, man. We're gonna keep it moving right here, as we do. You know how I give it to y'all, man. I'm gonna give it to y'all a little something like,
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro popping in, hey, with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
Hey, that was great. You guys didn't even see me. Savage AF.
We did see you.
It's your boy Black Pedro with another pop-in to let you know what's poppin'. And I'm gonna let you know what's poppin' one more again.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'. Usually at a Michigan game at the bar, we have a cowbell, but the cowbell guy he's not here. And I tried to turn my shot glass into the cowbell, and go blue.
Go blue, baby. I broke a fucking glass this week.
I text you. I text you about that, and I thought, these motherfuckers is doing it. I really didn't think they were going to be that good.
Yeah, man. So shout out to them Michigan Wolverines. Go blue.
More cowbell.
They eventually later in the game, we figured out, me and this girl across the room figured it out, and they had this bar, they keep silverware and napkins in these like tin cups. So we just dumped out the napkins and the things, and the tin cup became the cowbell. So we eventually got some semi-decent cowbell action during the game. But yes, I just want to give a shout out to my back-to-back Big Ten champion, Michigan Wolverines. You know what it is, man. 12-0 in this bitch, dog. Like let's just go.
Okay, but let's be honest.
13-0.
Hold on. Wait. You were apprehensive at first. I remember last week.
Oh, no, about this game? No, I was like,
the other game. Yeah, no.
Ohio State?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you always got to worry about that, man. That's that's what it is. But they kicked their ass last year. They kicked Ohio State's ass again this year.
Well, I hate Ohio. Ohio.
Yeah, hell yeah. They kicked Purdue's motherfucking ass in the especially the second half of the of this game here. So yeah, man. Been a very consistent performance all year. They are the most dominant defense second half in America. It's got to be, bro. Like they give up very, very few points in the second half, and very few points in the first half too, typically. So that has led to a perfect season so far. So now Michigan on New Year's Eve will be playing TCU, Texas Christian University.
It's gonna get their ass stomped.
Woo, I don't know, man. Listen.
No.
Hold on, bro. Okay, have you watched TCU at all?
Yes.
I watched them 2 weeks ago, and I was like, oh, they're fast.
They're fast, but their defense. No. Let's be honest. Their defense is suspect at best.
I'm not gonna argue.
Whereas in Michigan's defense is fucking on some it's on some stonewall crush you shit. So what I'm saying is, out of the two, the reason the only one because I've been watching it because your ass, and the only reason I thought was Ohio. I thought Ohio's going to play harder because they want revenge. And some teams, when they come back from getting their ass kicked, they play harder.
And they were at home, so
right. So
that
it makes it's even worse when they're at home because you go, oh damn, you got to fight them, and you got to fight the crowd. But I think that the New Year's Eve it's a wrap.
TCU, man. So this past week in the Big 12 championship game, TCU actually lost to Kansas State. But man, when I say that I got a whole lot of respect for their quarterback, Duggan. I mean, this kid.
They made memes. There was memes of it.
This nigga was like Braveheart out there. This nigga was freedom. This nigga was.
You see, there's so many memes about this dude now.
I haven't seen all the memes, but I saw the game, and this at the end was gassed. I mean, giving it everything he had, damn near pass out, stumbling into the end zone. Man, he scored a touchdown to bring him close. His teammates came to get around. He was like, "Back the fuck up off me, dog. I can't breathe, nigga. Like, get off."
Right? No.
He didn't say nigga. He's a white guy, so
what I'm saying is they've been making the fact you said Braveheart is hilarious. One of them is Braveheart.
Yeah. See, he was out there like William Wallace.
And then there's another one where they cut it. It's so done so well. Where it's him, and then Rocky's getting his ass beat by Clubber Lang.
Yeah.
And then you see Rocky come back, and they're cutting him in between the clips. Yeah. Like when Rocky's getting hit, and then you see a clip of him getting up.
So I agree with you, Shang. I have a lot of faith in our defense, the Michigan's defense.
Yeah, I think it's a wrap.
But I saw a talented TCU team with a lot of motherfucking heart. And those are dangerous combinations. But so any given Saturday, you don't want to give this up. No. Yeah, defense wins championships all day.
Defense wins championships. I'm just saying, I never really watched this shit until I was like, what the fuck is Pedro so hyped for? Let me see what's going on with this shit. Because I've seen him in an actual bar, like literally about to chew a motherfucker's arm off. Get out the way, motherfucker! I'm watching the game. So I'm saying, I really do think that after Ohio, everything is gravy. Because Ohio was the only one. Well, I thought, they're gonna have a fucking problem with Ohio.
Ohio's gonna be they're back in the playoff though, so they're number 4. They're gonna have to take on Georgia, which Georgia should be able to handle them. But that should be a good game as well, and you never quite know. So either way, if Michigan, if they get past TCU, which they should. Georgia would be a hell of a fucking test, and to have to play Ohio State again with it, I mean, I'm not even sure that's ever even happened. I don't think it has. That the teams have played twice in 1 year.
If they play Ohio again, I think that they got after this last time they got Ohio's number.
Yeah, I mean, it goes in
They
waves,
got
man.
Ohio's
Like,
number, man.
it was like in the 90s and early 2000s, Michigan used to whoop Ohio State's ass. And then like from the 2000s up until last year,
Yeah.
Michigan was getting this fucking ass kicked for like 20 years. I ain't
But
joking, dude.
I'm gonna tell you the game that
was
would
tough.
be good from the research I've done.
Mm-hmm.
If it was Michigan and Georgia.
Well, those are clearly the best two teams. They're
If it was those
they're the
two
only
teams,
undefeated ones left.
right? But
And-
and even though I hate Georgia,
Yeah.
and in fact it's going to be in my shame. I think that Georgia, if that was a game where I go, well, Michigan's not going to like stomp through them.
No,
Everybody else,
I mean,
though,
no,
everybody
Georgia,
else, it's a wrap.
Georgia stomped that when you saw me at the bar last year, New Year's Eve, we was down in San Diego. That was Georgia whooping Michigan's ass last year. So, that is going to be a hell of a test for Michigan. It'll be the most talented team they play if they can get there.
But
one game at a time. New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Come get you some.
But you got to see the memes. The meme, they're funny, like surprisingly funny. Yeah. And it looked like some producer said, "This guy, let's make memes of him." There's what's the other one where the dude is falling off a cliff and he's falling, and then at the last minute you see his hand come up like this and grab it, and when he pulls himself up, they show a picture of dude.
Yeah,
I mean, really good.
Duggan, he showed me a lot of heart this weekend, and it was fun to see.
But it also that game. The reason I say this, that game took a lot out of him. So I don't think that.
Well, they got like 2-3 weeks, so he'll be game ready come next.
But
he'll be game ready. New Year's Eve, y'all, go blue, get on the bandwagon. We got plenty.
All right, I'm gonna give you one more image of this so he can get hyped.
Yeah.
Let me see if it'll go up in there.
Hell yes. All right, y'all. I'm gonna pass it to you, Shane. Get us a.
I forgot to tell y'all, everybody in the feed, make sure you do this. If you do this, you know what it is. More cowbell.
Cowbell.
All right, listen. I need y'all to make sure that you follow us on. I'm gonna do it in reverse order. Follow us on the egg. If you follow us on the egg, you'll feel better. Boom. At Black Pedro. Yeah. At Comedian Shang. Yeah. If you got Instagram, also. Say you haven't subscribed. Say you were dumb enough not to subscribe.
YouTube.
You're stupid enough not to subscribe on YouTube. You can change all of that. You can turn your life around by doing this.
Reach out.
Bell, make sure you do that. And you happen to be there, you might as well do this too. Give us a thumbs up if you like the show. The more subscribers we get, the more we take over the world. The more we take over the world, you're going to be coming with us. And if you don't, we're going to make a big wall like Trump says, and then you can't come in because you're part of the Mexicans.
That's what it is. Mexicans.
By the way, I'm not promoting that. I don't want y'all. I'm kidding. I don't want to. And I don't think the election was rigged. We got to make sure we clarify that.
Come on.
My Shangry today, if y'all ain't scared and apprehensive, I'll be scared for you, but I'm more angry. I'm more angry at Georgia.
Yeah.
The reason I say Walker needs to take a walk off a rooftop is because we need to drop this motherfucker. He's an embarrassment. He's so slap happy. The only thing he hasn't done at one of his rallies is ham bone.
Ham bone.
So Georgia, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing, Georgia? Half you voters are voting for this doofus, this hap slappy, hap dappy motherfucker right here, right?
I mean, how many tell you?
That I have it.
I want to be a werewolf when I grow up.
Yeah, luckily I have a bed that can help me fight the vampire because I want to be a werewolf. And when I'm not doing that, I hang in the yard with my friends.
Phoebe Hobby Fobby.
Phoebe Fobby Nobby. Because bottom line is right now, even though Warnock is up 4 points, it's still close. So I'm saying to Georgia, because this is Monday, voting's Tuesday, it's going to close tomorrow, and we don't even know when they're going to win. But if fucking slap happy motherfucking Herschel Walker, Herschel beat your woman, has kids, against abortion,
gun to the head,
against abortion, but at the same time, he ain't got no problem getting paying for those abortions. If that motherfucker win, and he's gonna be in, you know that they're gonna have Trump is gonna have his hand up his ass, and that motherfucker is gonna be tap dancing his ass off for the Republicans. Even though it's a 50-50, it'll be a 51-50 and
51-49.
51-49. I'm sorry, my bad. The bottom line is we need this fucking seat to get a little bit more legislation through.
And to neutralize Joe Manchin's.
Joe Manchin. So Georgia, look, I love doing shows down there. Y'all great crowds. But what the fuck is wrong with you? What's wrong with you letting this motherfucker get this close? This slap happy motherfucker that barely can put a sentence together. Now you can. There's some black people who was on my feed was saying, "Well, Warnock is weak." No, Warnock is just not an attack dog. He's also not as he's not one of those people that's gonna say, "Hey, why y'all letting this dumb nigga get this close? Why y'all letting this horrible? He's beyond unqualified."
I can see the brain damage from the outside of his head.
So you gonna let me what? He actually he preaches white supremacy, and why don't white people look? If we want reparations for black people, what about the white soldiers that died? What about their families? Should they get reparations? No,
he said that.
He said that.
I saw a clip where he was like, "They called me a coon the other day, but see, they don't know I'm from the country, and we know that the raccoon is one of the smartest animals out there." I'm like,
wow, exactly.
That's not the point.
So what I'm saying to y'all, Georgia, if you let this motherfucker win, I'm burning that bitch down. I'm coming down there and I'm a light a fire. Because right now, he is not going to do anything to help Georgia. This was just a puppet that they hired from the fucking GOP. And honestly, he's nothing but a person in black skin that's going to push the Trump agenda. Because Trump is the only reason he's in the mix, because Trump's the one that pushed that bitch. And everybody in the feed, y'all know that. He's just horrible, bro. And rather Walker win than an agent in disguise that don't believe in reparations. That is a fact. He actually said that, Pedro. He actually said that.
But I think I'm not quite sure what WDMA was saying there. I think he was saying he'd rather have Herschel Walker win than an agent in disguise that doesn't believe in reparations. I think he's saying Warnock doesn't believe in reparations.
No. The person. Let me get you straight on this one, WDMA.
And then we gotta go. I gotta bounce.
We gotta bounce. WDMA warrior. The person that said that was Herschel Walker. You can do a search; it'll come right up. I'm just letting you know.
I don't know about that. Yeah,
I know he's an embarrassment.
WDMA seems to think that Warnock is a non-reparationist, but we'll settle that another day, y'all. That's why you got to come back.
You got to come back tomorrow, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you check us out. Also, if you get a chance, you happen to be in the Ventura, California area tomorrow. I mean, this weekend, the 9th and 10th, I will be at the Copa Comedy Club.
Copacabana.
The Copa Comedy Club. That's why I put all the little palm trees behind me. The Copa, at the Copa. I'll be there at the Copa Comedy Club.
You're just trying to make yourself look more Dominican.
No, baby. Let me tell you something, baby. That's not what it is, okay? Okay, that's not what it is, okay? All right, make sure you come check me out this weekend if you get a chance. The 9th and 10th, the shows are at 7:30. I'm going to be there, and make sure you come check me out live. All right.
That's what it is, y'all. Savage AF, man. We'll be back here at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Deuces.
Deuces, baby.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.